What up, and greetings. Today we've got another couple of cards from One Night in Karazhan. I really want to get through the cards before the stream that is starting at 4 a.m. I'm gonna probably have to wake up despite the fact that I just go to sleep ridiculously late. Anyways, let's get into the 7 cards that we have today. Number 1 is Pompous Thespian. So it's a 2 mana, free 2 neutral minion that has taunt. It's not a really anti-aggro tool. Sorry to break it down to you, because an abusive sergeant just kills this clean, and it only costs 1 mana, and I already buffed something, and abusive sergeant is now being played in all the aggressive decks, like it always was. As an arena card, again, it's decent. I mean, it's better than vanilla free 2, but it does nothing special, to be honest. If it was a 2 free with taunt, it would have done slightly more against hyper aggressive decks. And I mean, Sparring Partner was a free 2 that gave another one of your minions, or the opponent's minions, if you didn't have one minion, taunt as well. And even that wasn't really played because it didn't do much. 2 health is just too little, you know. I know that it's only a 2-cost minion, and I'm not saying it's a bad card, but it clearly wants to be an Oiatron, and it's not an Oiatron, unfortunately. Yeah, but Pompous Guardian, the art is cool. The art is cool. Okay, number 2 is Silverware Golem. So this is another one of those minions after Malkazar's Imp that syncs with the discard synergy, and I think this one is actually okay. I don't think that it will still make discard decks super powerful, but it's better than some of the stuff that we got, like Tiny Knight of Evil previously. Similar to Fist of Jaraxxus, when you discard it, something happens. So Fist of Jaraxxus, when you discard it, it still deals 4 damage. This one, if you discard it, you play it. Similar thing. For 3 mana, free, if you play it from your hand, it's not terrible. It's not like a 2 free. But I still don't think that these cards are crazy overpowered, like Tunnel Truck and Flame Faceless, Flame Wraith Faceless, that made Overload as, you know, a viable mechanic to use or to use and abuse in Shaman decks. Before that, it was just hyper punishing without having Flame Shock and that free 2 that unlocks Mana Crystal. I can't believe. I don't know how it's called, and I play it in my deck. So for now, I just don't think that the discard decks are going to be better than the Zoo decks that are being played now. But let's see. I might be surprised. Okay, we got, I believe it's the last legendary from the set. It also makes sense that they would release Medivh as last one. I really don't like the art, but the hero art is cool, I guess, at least. Medivh the Guardian, for 8 mana, 7/7, similar to Ronin. That gave you 3 Arcane Missiles in your hand when it died. Battlecry is slightly better. Equip Atiesh, Great Staff of the Guardian. So what is Atiesh? Atiesh is a 1 free. Yes, it's a weapon for all classes, which is quite crazy. Because it's the first, kind of reflects WoW model. Legendaries for everyone in the last expansion. But this one has quite a unique effect, and I'm pretty glad that they gave Atiesh as the first weapon for all classes, and they haven't included in classic set or something like that. After you cast a spell, summon a random minion of their cost, lose 1 durability. So in total of 3 spells that you can play, and it summons a minion for that cost. So it's really, really good with Call of the Wild, and it's really, really good with Lay on Hands, and with things like Power Blast, and with things like Flame Strike, and anything 5+ mana. You know, this is really, really good with. It's sort of summoning Portal on a stick. It is actually on a stick, and yeah, this will bring Harrison Jones meta back heavily, I believe. If this card is being played, Harrison Jones will come around to put it in a museum. And the same with Ooze. I think aggressive decks might not find place for Harrison Jones ever in their decks, but they might find place for 1 or 2 Oozes. And yeah, it's still not hyper punishing because again, Medivh just pays 1 extra mana for getting that Atiesh. You still have a 7/7 body that is not terrible. It's a War Golem, but Atiesh could make some crazy Trollden moments happen. I'm looking forward to playing it, definitely. I'm just a bit disappointed by the art, but again, someone might like it. Next one. It's a museum curator that is neutral and discovers dragons. Yay! Dragon decks! Yeah, this card might actually push different archetypes than we were used to, just Dragon Priest and Dragon Warrior. Dragon Warrior really sprouted lately, and it's just investing the ladder. And despite the fact that Dragon Consort was printed out for Paladin, and before BRM came out, they thought that this card will make Dragon Paladin the only viable dragon class. Netherspite Historian might help other classes have dragons, because when they're in dire need, they can only play this card and have something like a Zoo Drake on hand, and they can discover the dragon that they like and want for their specific situation. And I think this card might be getting played towards the late game, or once you realize what deck the opponent is playing, you would just use, a taunt. When you're sure that you're playing against the aggro shaman, you will take a Twilight Guardian. And because you're still likely to be holding a dragon, because you did that discover while you were holding a dragon, so you need to have a dragon in hand, you can play that taunt. Or if you need something in the late game and you discover Nefarian against control deck, that's really, really good, because from Nefarian you get 3 cards from 1 card, or Ysera, keep generating value. So yeah, this card gives a bit more flexibility in the dragon decks, and it allows you to free up some space that will normally just be dragons to discover different dragons. Okay, next one. Next card is Zoobot. Similar to what Curator did, where you got those 3 minions from your deck. This guy buffs them when he comes into play. It's a battle cry, so Brand Bronzebeard combo is still going on, and it gives a random Beast Dragon Murloc +1/+1. To be honest, I don't see this being played, but I think that this might bring about a new Reno archetype with those 3 tribes in it, and I'm definitely gonna try it. I don't believe that it's gonna be anything else than fun, but it might be, to be honest. It's a mech, so you're also going to be playing mechs in that deck, and God knows what else is going to be played in that deck. This card isn't much greater than War Leader, to be honest, because you are likely to be trading with those minions straight away after buffing them, I believe, and you buff them +1/+1, which is better than +1 attack to make more effective trades. But how much impactful it is after you already have a board and with 3 different tribes, I don't know. I don't believe it's going to be too impactful, but again, we shall see. And this card, a lot of people are very excited about. Warriors are getting another common weapon, so sort of replacement for Death's Bite, because this one is quite good. For 5 mana, it's a 3/4. Unlimited attacks each turn. Can't attack heroes. So essentially, this is an Assassin's Blade that, you cannot attack hero with, but you can attack 4 times for 3 damage the turn you played. So you can distribute in total of 12 damage to different minions, meaning that you can pretty much clear the board almost every time. And sometimes you take a lot of phase damage, but in heavy control decks with Justicar and with loads of armoring up, I don't think it even matters. So this card is going to be pretty good. And Arena is just going to make Warrior totally OP again. So yeah, Fool's Bane. I loved that weapon when I was raiding Karazhan. Fool's Bane, it just looks so good. And the name, Fool's Bane. You die, fool! And the last card is Moonglade Portal. So after we went Firelands Portal, that for 7 mana, 5 damage, summon a 5 elf minion. This one, the value is here because for 6 mana it heals 6 health and it summons a 6 cost minion. And someone did the calculations and it spawns on average, so either 5/5 or slightly higher health than attack value. But it also restores 6 health. So it is sort of a 1 mana discount for having 2 cards in 1 card, which is pretty good. And I think this is a good value card. In Arena is really, really good. But even in Constructed, I think that Ramp or Druid that's got a lot of, that's playing Ancient of War, you sometimes will heal this for 6 health and then summon another minion behind Ancient of War, meaning that that Ancient will stay on for a bit longer, protecting yourself, and you will just gain another minion that will further put your opponent behind. I think it's really decent card, to be honest. It might be total trash because I'm not the best player in the world. But I'm definitely more excited about this card than I'm about Firelands Portal. And I'm sure Crip is as well if you've seen this video. Okay, and that is it for today. I'm really looking forward to that stream. We might get a lot of cards, maybe all the remaining cards. So that's why I tried to get those ones out of the way. Please let me know in the comment section below what you think about them, and if you think I'm right or wrong, or just should give up on life and retire. I'll see you guys at the next one. Please take care, and bye!